Conservative New Media viewers, it's been about 2 months since we brought you our first 2 WikiLeaks UFO stories. Each of those videos has been extremely successful, and we thank all of our viewers around the world for that success. CNM owes everything to our friends and fans who span the globe. We bring you this video today to update the WikiLeaks UFO saga. After initial excitement peaked in early December of 2010 over what Julian Assange's organization might bring to the many UFO enthusiasts who are constantly searching for any bit of information on possible extraterrestrial activity, little has emerged. About 2 weeks ago, Assange himself dialed down the expectations. He said, quote, "I have said in passing there is information about UFOs in Cablegate, and that is true, but these are only small passing references. Most of the material concerns UFO cults and their behavior in recruiting people," unquote. Assange then went on to mention an infamous UFO cult known as the Raelians. The Raelians, according to Wikipedia, are an international movement which believes that extraterrestrial beings known as the Elohim created life on Earth. We will include a link in the video description below to the article on what Assange said, the Wikipedia information on the Raelians, and other information articles we discuss in this video. About a week after Assange's statements downplaying WikiLeaks' UFO files, an interesting story came out in the UK Independent. We will link to that story in the video description. The Independent piece discusses an alleged plan by a group of online security firms to essentially cripple or destroy WikiLeaks. There are 3 supposed core elements of this alleged planned attack on Assange's operation. First, identify and go after the people who are providing information to WikiLeaks. Second, attempt to bully or back down media members who appear to be friendly with WikiLeaks or who regularly publish WikiLeaks material. It is the third alleged element of the supposed conspiracy against WikiLeaks, however, that could involve UFOs or at least stories about UFOs that WikiLeaks is claimed to possess. Says the Independent, quote, "The presentation, which has been seen by the Independent, recommends a multi-pronged assault on WikiLeaks, including deliberately submitting false documents to the website to undermine its credibility," unquote. This has led at least one author, Mark Pilkington of the Mirage Men blog, to wonder if some of the supposed WikiLeaks UFO reports aren't simply false planted stories or disinformation meant to discredit WikiLeaks in the manner which the UK Independent explained the internet security companies were allegedly proposing to do. 2 examples of possible disinformation or hoax stories supposedly involving WikiLeaks and UFOs are the USA versus UFO War report issued on December 13, 2010, and a January 17, 2011 write-up alleged to involve the United States Department of Defense and unidentified flying objects entering Earth's orbit. Conservative New Media covered the alleged WikiLeaks USA versus UFO War story when it came out in early December of 2010. The heart of the supposed story, that there has been an ongoing conflict between the United States and groups of UFOs in the Southern Ocean near Antarctica since at least 2004, isn't new. The twist on the supposed version of this USA versus UFO war story involving WikiLeaks is that Russian special forces are alleged to have prepared a report for President Dmitry Medvedev, which stated that WikiLeaks would soon be releasing confidential diplomatic cables that confirmed and detailed this purported USA versus UFO war. The January 17, 2011 piece, which Pilkington references, is a write-up by Michael Cohen of All News Web. Cohen is the man who apparently first reported the UFO over Jerusalem story, which is alleged to have occurred in late January of 2011. Conservative New Media covered that story when it took place. In his January 17, 2011 post, Cohen claimed that someone from WikiLeaks had provided him with, quote, the content of a State Department cable concerning UFO affairs, unquote. The cable allegedly said that all members of the United States Embassy staff in Kiev, Ukraine, were forbidden from discussing supposed concerns which the United States Department of Defense had regarding UFOs entering Earth's orbit. It should be noted, however, that Cohen claims in his piece that WikiLeaks had declined to upload the supposed cable onto their website. That is, WikiLeaks may have felt that the information did not meet their credibility threshold. Perhaps they were not able to verify its contents, for example. If that was the case, then WikiLeaks could simply be allegedly passing on the latest UFO rumors to Michael Cohen and other presumably friendly contacts. Further, the supposed Kiev Embassy story might have even been sent to WikiLeaks in the vein which the Independent story mentions. That is, a knowingly false story which the sender hoped that WikiLeaks would publish so that WikiLeaks could later be cited as having published false stories in an attempt to damage WikiLeaks' credibility by the sender. Pilkington theorizes that Cohen may be participating in such a supposed action against WikiLeaks for political reasons. There is one other possibility to consider, however. Michael Cohen and others who are claiming to have WikiLeaks-related UFO stories could be fabricating supposed WikiLeaks UFO stories not in an effort to damage Julian Assange's organization, but instead simply to drive the traffic of their own websites. This exact theory is posited by one of Pilkington's own story commenters, a reader who uses the pseudonym Kandinsky. Here is what Kandinsky had to say about Cohen. Quote, Cohen has been trying to direct traffic to his website for a long time before WikiLeaks hit the mainstream media. He's a hoaxer in the sense that he'll post anything sensational for attention. At the same time, it's probably just business, unquote. So, let's put all of this info we have discussed together, CNN viewers. WikiLeaks could be the target of a disinformation campaign designed to damage its credibility, according to the UK Independent. But that was allegedly just a mere proposal that may or may not have ever been acted on. On the other hand, there could be other disinformation campaigns targeting WikiLeaks, as there are many people, one would assume, that WikiLeaks has angered with their releases. Some of these hypothetical disinformation campaigns may or may not involve fake UFO stories designed to make WikiLeaks look bad. Or, on the other hand, web entrepreneurs looking for a few more site hits could be creating false WikiLeaks UFO stories which are not primarily designed to damage WikiLeaks, but are truly intended to drive those entrepreneurs' website traffic. So, you have intrigue upon intrigue, a potential enigma wrapped in a riddle, so to speak. Who can you believe? Who is telling the truth here? We're not sure. Our job in this instance is to make you, the conservative new media viewer and UFO enthusiast, aware of the current controversy so that you can approach all of this information and the various information outlets with the full set of facts and bearing a critical mind. It does appear as though Julian Assange has taken a large step back about what WikiLeaks may contain in terms of UFO sightings and related information. That should probably be kept in mind when evaluating any future reports that claim to contain quote-unquote explosive UFO information that is supposed to have come from WikiLeaks. The best thing we can tell you is this: reader and viewer beware. You could be an unwitting participant in a disinformation campaign, and you also could be getting scammed so that someone can generate more hits for their website. Reporting for Conservative New Media, this is Paul F. Villarreal.